Okay, back to the Canary. We are now on row 7. So let me point something out real quick. The color changes on the first stitch. Generally, you'll see the color changes on the last stitch of the previous round, so just note that. I just cooked and forgot to put my rings back on my fingers. Okay, so now this pattern originally was meant for 3 colors. So that's why I wrote this in blue, because I'm not going to color change right here because I'm only using 2 colors. But just note, if you're making your own bird with your own color scheme, that would actually be a direction you would want to make sure you follow there, the color. So we're going to do stitch increase times 2. And we're color changing on my first one. Alright, I'm just going to go and move the clip so it makes it easier. Okay, we're going to insert into the first stitch here, which is the orange one. You're going to do half a crochet. Then you're going to get your other color. I would suggest leaving a tail. I'm using a longer tail than normal because I'm not color changing right away, like that direction said. So I'm gonna pull this through like this. And we've done our color change. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. It looks like a mess, but you always secure it on the next stitch. Don't go crazy pulling everything. Be gentle. So that was a stitch, so now we're gonna do an increase. So we're gonna go into the next hole here. And my advice, probably already said it, gonna say it again, is to keep tension on the one string that you're using for the color change. And it just makes the process so much faster. So put all 3 in front. And you're gonna take the one and roll it over. Now you could use your butt and put the yarn underneath there like I do, kind of my leg, or you can use your big toe like my daughter does. I have proof that she does that. She uses her big toe, no joke. So we're going to go back in here for another increase. All 3 forward. Looks good. Okay, we're going to do another single stitch, pull forward. And now the other increase. And the neck got narrow the last round, so there's so much in one little spot. Okay. Now right here you would switch colors, but I'm not, but I'm still gonna check up on this. So stitch increase, look at the back and see how we're looking there. So if you just pull this, oh, that disappeared. Looks nice. Okay. I'm gonna continue with this color. And it is again a stitch increase, go through here. or set, stitch, and then our very last one there. Now, yes, there is a color change here. So what we are going to do is do half the current stitch you're on. So you're still pulling these forward because you're still on this current stitch. When you're here, that's when you do the color change. And here it is. So now I gotta really look at this because there's this little, see it showing again. Like I said, this shapes it. It makes it look nice when you do that. See, look at that. You wouldn't be able to do that if you were just using the single piece method. Okay, so now since we switch colors, let's see, on row 8, it's a stitch increase times 3. So in order to like secure this before I go cut and everything, I'm gonna do the next stitch. Just so it's secure. And so I can go ahead and mark that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut my colors. Make sure everything looks good prior to tying. And then tie. Okie dokie. Now we're gonna do an increase. So pretty easy. We're back on a single piece of yarn. So I'm gonna go a little quick. Okay, and we are doing a color change now on the third increase, but let me just verify we have the right number of stitches. So it was a stitch, increase, stitch, increase, stitch, increase. That's the last stitch. Bunny ears. So now we're gonna do the color change. Oh, I should have done that. Okay. And it is the same thing. Stitch increase all the way around. So let's secure this. Again, all 3. All right. First stitch, it looks secure enough. I'm going to do an increase right here. There. My tension is a little too much. And last little sequence stitch. What is that? Oh, it's fuzz. Okay, you see his neck starting to flower out like that. Now look at that. Let's fix that. Ooh, magic. It's looking good. And so I'm gonna do this here now. I'll do the first one a little bit slower, but so we're gonna stitch 2 more of the orange that we're currently using, and then color change on that second stitch, stitch 7, color change on that last stitch, and then you're gonna stitch 9, and you're doing this for 3 rounds. So now I'm gonna count first and kind of pull these to where they're all the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alrighty, we're good to go. So there should be 18 for the next 3 rounds as well. There's no increases or decreases. Now I got this. Hold on 1 second. I've been twisting it this whole time. Okay. So bring it into the first stitch there. And then go ahead and marker it, stitch marker it. And now this is the color change. So we start off with our regular stitch. Do half the work. And then only bring the new color through. So now that we've done that, it looks good, but I want to secure it on the next one before I cut. So I'm just using the light yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to assess It's pulling. Oh, there it is. Feels so weird not wearing my rings. Oh, maybe I should cut it first. Get right back in there. Alright, so we are doing 7. So you got the 1, 2, color change, so that's 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You ever get the weird feeling that somebody's staring at you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we are color changing actually here on the next one. Let me rearrange this. Okay. Good insert. Start your half stitch. And introduce your next color. And this is supposed to be 9 stitches to finish this round because it's going to be the same pattern next round again. So bring all 3 front, only pull that one forward. And I just want to make sure every time I do this, do a color change, I just want to make sure it looks neat. Alright, next stitch. I just realized my chair squeaks. This house is quieter than usual. I can see what I just did there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just checking before I finish. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish those next 2 rounds, and then I'll be back with the next video because we're sitting at 20 minutes. for starting with round 12.